Well, I'll tell you, I came to Dorothea Dix 27 months ago and fell in love with an institution. It's an institution with a history that goes back so many years and has done so much good for so many people. Unless there is an intervention by Governor Perdue or someone in the leadership of the legislature, within the next 30 days, Dorothea Dix will, for all practical purposes, be closed on November 29th. That's the day they now plan to stop further admissions. While I understand that keeping costs down during difficult economic times is an important consideration, I want to make what I think are 4 other important points. 1, Dorothea Dix treats more patients for less money than any of the other state-owned mental hospitals. Dorothea Dix Hospital treats the patients from all over the state that are too difficult for the other facilities. Emergency department waiting times all over North Carolina will increase when the doors at Dix close. And 4, support staff that are being counted on to work in Butner will be forced into precarious financial circumstances. So to elaborate on the first point, Dix costs 60% less than Central Regional Hospital in Butner. 60% less in the first quarter of this year. The figures are already in. 2, in terms of treating the patients that are hard to treat everywhere else. Last weekend, with Dix about to close, a patient in Salisbury was very violent. The people it brought knew this patient and said they could not treat them adequately, and they sent them where? The third point. Can you imagine, in terms of length of stay in an emergency department? I want you to just think for a second. Being handcuffed to a bed, waiting for assessment, and then once you're assessed, being waited to be transported to a hospital and having to wait an average of 2.6 days and sometimes much longer. Now you do this while you are more anxious than you have ever been in your whole life, or you are so paranoid and afraid that somebody is trying to poison you that you don't want to take the medicine, and yet you are handcuffed to this bed and you're going to stay there before you can get definitive treatment as long as it takes because there's no other place. Those wait times are going to continue. Long delays cause real suffering. Dix has the least delay times of any of the 4 hospitals and with the shortest stays. Without Dix, delays all around the state are going to lengthen significantly. I do not think it is wise to reduce any of the Dix capacity for providing services until the wait times in emergency departments for admissions to mental hospitals, public or private, have dropped to no more than 24 hours. This is very important. Longer waits mean more suffering for patients, more potential for bad outcomes, and greater costs for the citizens of North Carolina. It seems to me that sensible planning has to take into realistic account the growing state population, as other people have mentioned. And this is the biggest population center now in the whole state. And the ripple effects of not just Wake County, but the entire state if Dix is prematurely closed. Now, the last point. 80 miles round trip to Butner 5 days a week for the lowest paid employees will mean a reduction of their annual income by almost $10,000. That's if you figure 400 miles per week at 50 cents per mile. And if these employees cannot afford to work at Butner, there will not be enough support staff to open the required additional beds that they say they're going to have to take care of the people now being treated at Dix. So you have more delays and more suffering. So these 4 points, once again, Dorothea Dix Hospital treats more patients for less money than any of the other state-owned mental hospitals. Dorothea Dix treats the patients from all over the state that are too difficult for the other facilities. Emergency department waiting times all over the state will increase. This is not just a Wake County problem. Support staff that are being counted on to work in Butner will be forced into precarious financial circumstances. We have got to do something in the next 30 days to get Governor Perdue or Speaker Hackney or somebody to say, no, do not close Dorothea Dix. Thank you very much.